A new Wordle puzzle is online. Click on the link to play.
Listening to the following video may give you clues. Please like and share the videos.
Women's boxing. Delphine Persoon vs. Katie Taylor. Elizabeth Taylor has won 5 world titles, 6 European championships, and several college scholarships, and her recent title win at the 2012 Olympics has raised the profile of women's boxing.
Natasha Jonas said she could not beat Taylor if she didn't have a bus. In addition to winning gold, Taylor won gold in the 132-pound division.
Natasha Jonas compared Taylor to a bus and said that she couldn't beat Taylor if she didn't have a bus. Amanda Serrano.
If you're a boxing fan, you'll surely want to see the upcoming Amanda Serrano vs. Katie Taylor bout. This is a rematch between two former world champions.
Taylor holds the WBC, WBA, IBF, and WBO titles. If she wins, she will become the first female boxer to win all 4 titles.
This fight is sure to be one to remember, so make sure to watch this on It's a fight to pick between the two fighters.
Serrano is one of the most dangerous punchers in women's boxing and Taylor is a more technical fighter. But if Serrano is determined to keep her opponents at bay, it'll be tough to call a winner.
Serrano will probably take the first 2 rounds, while Taylor will dominate the second half. This bout is considered to be the biggest ever in women's boxing, and it will be the first of its kind in the US.
Katie Taylor won the lightweight title last year, but her opponent, Amanda Serrano, holds 7 women's world titles, including featherweight and bantamweight. The purse will be one of the largest in the history of women's boxing, though it's not official or based on pay-per-view points.
Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor was once a world-class lightweight fighter, but she's now a top-flight professional in the sport.
A native of Ireland, Taylor was nervous about her first fight in Dublin, Ireland, because she'd never fought a male opponent. She traveled to Dublin with her mother, Bridget, and had never met her trainer.
But after making it past the Olympic trials, her determination paid off as she went on to win the title of world champion in 2006. Taylor became the first Irish woman to win the World Women's Boxing Championships.
The Irish star defeated India's Chalaya in the semi-final and Argentine Erika Farias in the 60 kg final. In 2008, Taylor won her first European Union gold medal, beating France's Cindy Orain.
In 2009, Taylor defended her title in Liverpool, defeating home favourite Denitsa Alisteva for the European Union Championship. The main event of the Women's Boxing Championship is set for July.
The match will feature Taylor, an Irish Olympic gold medalist, as the unified champion. Serrano, a Brooklyn bruiser, will challenge Taylor, the unified champion.
The fight will be the biggest in women's boxing, and fans will be thrilled to see it on the biggest stage yet. Delphine Persoon.
The first round of Delphine Persoon vs. Katie Taylor is a scrappy affair.
Both fighters are trying to find an edge over the other. Persoon is a better puncher, though, and she catches Taylor with a solid right jab early.
Persoon follows up with a stiff right hand, but Taylor counters with a left. Persoon continues to push forward, but is often caught off guard.
Taylor is able to counter with a left hook, and the two girls come to their knees. At the bell, Persoon connects with a right hook, catching Taylor on the head with an uppercut.
The first fight between these two came after Taylor's loss to Anthony Joshua, and fans were quick to applaud the fight. However, the second bout was undercarded and the result was a shock.
Taylor is a better fighter and will be better prepared to take on Persoon this time. She is quick, crafty, and smart.
It's no surprise that both fighters are angry about the decision. Jennifer Hahn.
The biggest women's boxing fight will take place on December 16 in New York, where local fighter Jennifer Hahn will face former IBF featherweight champion Michaela Mayer. Both women have won multiple title fights and may have the upper hand in this fight.
While Mayer is favored, the fight could be a close one. Mayer's recent win over Katie Taylor was a unanimous decision, and Hahn's loss to Taylor was not a knockout.
However, the rematch between the two fighters offers Hahn the chance to pick up 2 world titles. When Hahn first turned professional, she was not signed by a promoter, and for a long time, she didn't even fight on a televised show.
This made it even more difficult for her to get her debut, and the sport wasn't gaining much attention until recently. Now, The sport has reached a new level, with women fighting in the main event on ESPN.
Matchroom. The world of women's boxing is dominated by the Olympic champions, and the next big battle will be between Nicola Adams and Alicia Taylor.
Adams won back-to-back Olympic golds in Rio de Janeiro and London and has been crowned world champion twice. Taylor has won the Olympic title in 2013 and 2016, and is currently ranked 5th in the world.
Adams has only fought 6 times, and her career ended in 2012. She hasn't fought since, but the Matchroom is consistently placing her on their card.
Taylor's rise to prominence is not unexpected, as she was signed by Matchroom boss Eddie Hearn when she was just 8 years old. Hearn spotted her potential and made her the face of the women's sport.
She also knew the sport was in need of a new image, and in November 2013, she met with Matchroom CEO Eddie Hearn and explained her vision of bringing women's boxing to headlining shows. Madison Square Garden.
Katie Taylor once had to pretend to be a boy to train and fight in the ring. Now she has a resume that would earn millions of dollars in men's boxing.
Katie Taylor is the first female fighter to fight for a world lightweight title, and Amanda Serrano is trying to defend her title against the Irish star. This fight could be the most high-stakes and financially rich fight in women's boxing history.
The bout will feature 7-weight world champion Serrano, who recently knocked out Daniela Bermudez and dominated Yamalith Mercado to win the belt. This fight will also be the biggest in women's boxing history, and both fighters have been named 2021 Female Fighter of the Year by BoxRec.
The fight will be broadcast live on DAZN and is expected to sell out. Madison Square Garden is one of the most famous arenas in the world, and this will be the first ever fight between 2 women in that prestigious venue.
Besides Taylor, Amanda Serrano will also make history as the undisputed lightweight champion. The Madison Square Garden will be a world-famous arena, and both fighters are highly rated on the streaming services.
This fight will be broadcast live to millions of people around the world, boosting women's boxing.
The rise of DAZN is one of the biggest reasons why boxing is attracting more female fans. The new streaming service has been including women's boxing from the start, and it has done so not only for business reasons but also to attract new fans and increase the overall profile of the sport.
In recent years, DAZN has increased its coverage of women's boxing by more than triple digits. The platform doesn't have quotas or ratios for the sport, but it does promote equality between women and men.
The fight between Serrano and Rivas is another example of how social media can help boost the sport. The fight was the first women's title fight to be broadcast on English-language national television in a decade.
The success of Taylor Serrano may also serve as a breakthrough moment for women's boxing, as more broadcasters and promoters will want a piece of the action. Competition is the key to progress in any industry, and women's boxing is no different.